What's going on, everyone? This is Gaffney for the United Devils. I'm going to talk about what's been going around on Twitter and a lot, and it's caused a lot of controversy, obviously, regarding football. And this has been going all over Twitter. There's people going mad, people glad. Basically, Sky Sports, the official Twitter Sky Sports account, tweeted out saying that across the league says it's allowed to have 5 substitutions. I mean, the tweet looks more like a statement than anything, but it wasn't confirmed by the Premier League. The Premier League's Twitter account has said nothing on this. But there's people who work for Sky Sports, like Jamie Carragher, who's tweeted back saying, stop this, Sky. This is bad. Gary Neville, who's also expressed his dislike for this. He said he doesn't like this. He doesn't want this to go on. And quite frankly, I agree, and I think most people do. I mean, there's been so much controversy over this, a lot of arguing and stuff all over Twitter, but personally, I think this is wrong. I don't think this is the best idea. I mean, it clearly favours, the deeper squads. I mean, it goes without saying, but if you're saying it favours the deeper squads, are you also saying that it favours the better squads, the higher up squads? You probably are. If you look at City, City have got probably the best quality and depth in England, definitely, possibly in Europe, you'd say, because what even is Man City's best 11? If you ask what Liverpool United best 11 is, maybe even Chelsea, you'd be able to answer it easy. City, it's different. They've got Sterling, they've got Bernardo Silva, they've got David Silva, De Bruyne, they've just got so many good players who can come in. Mahrez, you got Gabriel Jesus, Aguero. The list goes on, because City's, even their second 11 could probably win the Premier League. So a lot of people are saying, oh yeah, City are defo going to win the league next season if this happens, and it's a good point. So obviously I think it does favour the deeper squads. Even this 5 substitution rule, before all this was said anything about next season, when it came out, people like the manager of Burnley, Sean Dyche, came out and he was complaining, saying it favours the bigger teams and stuff. Because if you look at Burnley, we just talked about City. Compare that to Burnley, who play near enough the same 11 every single game, and it's just their 11. You know what I'm saying? Obviously, they've got more than 11 players that play, but they play near enough the same team all the time, and they do well, and they're Burnley, and they've got no European competitions to go to. They do fine. So yeah, as well as this, I don't think this is needed. What's the point of having 5 subs in the Premier League next season? The whole point of having it now is because the players have had months off and it's been lockdown, and it's going to be in the summer. Well, it's not going to be in the summer when the Premier League comes back, is it? Yeah, okay, I would love it to come back in August, but the chances are looking slim. It could, but even August is not the peak of summer, is it? Especially towards the end. And as well as that, there's going to be training still. Well, most likely, unless we're hit with a second wave, that's a completely different argument. So, I don't think this is needed, especially because, the players should be fit now. Maybe they're not at their peak as they were before lockdown finished, but you'd still think they'd be fit, if you know what I'm saying. And especially if they've got a few months as well, they should be fully fit. There should be no need for these 5 substitutions. How long, if you're going to do it for next season, how long are you going to take this for, Because imagine in another, more like a 10-month, 11 months when next season's over. Actually, well, we don't know when next season's going to finish. It could be another 12 months, Surely the fitness, 5 substitutions aren't needed then. So I don't think there's need for it. And as I said, it's unfair to the smaller teams. Like, Sean Dyche will be fuming. So, yeah, and before I get on to the effects on our club, Manchester United, this could completely change the transfer window. It could mean there's clubs all over the world looking to spend heavily. Liverpool, okay, they've won the Premier League, they won the Champions League last season. They're going to be looking to retain it and succeed again. And they've got a fantastic 11, and their depth isn't bad, but I think if you play their second team, they're probably not winning the league. Well, they're definitely not doing what they have this year. So it's tricky. I can assure you, Jurgen Klopp and a lot of Liverpool fans will be happy about it, because regardless, this could mean there's going to be a massive transfer window. You could see Liverpool going out and signing loads of players. Chelsea, they've already done loads of business. They bought Hakim Ziyech and Werner, and it's looking like they might even get Kai Havertz as well from Bayer Leverkusen. So this could be mad. If this does go ahead, this could be mad. It could have huge effects. And in terms of United, at the moment, it's looking bad for us. If you look, obviously, this isn't about the Glazers and Woodward, because that's a completely different subject. But I can't see us going out and buying like we would need to or we should do if this did go ahead, the 5 subs next season. We wouldn't, let's face it. And we've got shocking squad depth. We've got players who can cover, but, you know, realistically, it's not going to happen, is it? So, yeah, you've got the squad depth. Who would come on off the bench? You'd have Pereira coming on. You'd have, like, Lingard and Juan Mata coming off when you've got Bruno and Pogba going off. And it's shocking, really. It's really bad squad depth. We ain't going to win nothing with that team. I mean, we can't keep playing the same 11 all the time, and you know you can't rely on the same players all the time. So it would be bad for our squad depth as United. And yeah, as I said, like if this did go ahead, we'd have to spend big money, and you know obviously the Glazers and Woodward is going to be big issues. So if this did go through the 5 subs next season, I think it would likely have. It would impact United very badly unless we spent heavily, which I really don't see happening. Let's forget this whole 5 substitution next season. It doesn't matter. We would still need a lot of depth on the bench anyway. The bench is shocking anyway. We need to improve our quality and depth anyway. Let alone with this going ahead, this completely intensifies our need to go and do that in the summer. But, you know, this is all a big if this goes ahead. But Sky Sports coming out tweeting that is quite a bold tweet. I mean, the Premier League haven't said anything, and there's a lot of people, I mean, almost everyone saying this is a bad idea. But, yeah, so, you know, there is more to be said on this topic, but that's all we can say for now because we don't know for sure whether it's going to happen. I mean, as I'm recording this, well, there's no confirmation of this if this is going to happen yet, but it's a big if. Because this could be a massive thing. I mean, people might think, oh, it's an extra 2 substitutions. That's half of your outfielders are going to be have the potential to be swapped in a game. That is big, especially in depth. You wouldn't even want to swap any of our outfielders, maybe 1 or 2 at United. So this is what I think on that. Let us know what you think and leave a comment. Like the video. Make sure you follow me on Twitter at GaffneyH02. And if we get more info on this, I'm sure you can come in here about it here. And I'll see you in the next one.